Race off pit road. Jimmy Johnson nearly getting together with Ryan Newman. How about Kenseth up 4 spots? Jeff Burton back 3. Truex gains a couple. Boyer up 1. And Denny Hamlin came in as a leader and will leave as the leader here at Texas Motor Speedway. Back with the restart in a moment. Welcome back to the Dickies 500, the aerial coverage from high above this beautiful 1,500-acre complex, brought to you courtesy of the good folks at Goodyear, the official tire of NASCAR, helping NASCAR drivers get to the finish line for over 50 years. And the man who owns this place, Chairman of Speedway Motorsports Bruton Smith, made an announcement on Friday morning that he had purchased New Hampshire International Speedway for the paltry sum of $340 million from Bob and Gary Bear. He plans to upgrade and improve the facility, and there was a lot of immediate speculation as to maybe some dates changing in 2008. NASCAR Chairman Brian France said the statement that there would be no dates moved in 2008, but possibly down the road. They didn't close the door, rule out anything changing. Now, one of the things they would like to be able to do, according to Eddie Gossage, who's the president here, is maybe move this race off of the early weeks of deer hunting season, because, folks, they issued over 1 million deer hunting licenses here in the state of Texas, and so Eddie would like to move this race a couple of weeks early before deer hunting season opens up, and that could be a possibility, moving it earlier in the chase.
Man, if I know they were going to sell that track that cheap, I might have bought it.
Only $340 million.
Yeah, boy, Andy, you saved a lot of money.
Folks, Andy Petrie. Pace car pulled away. Our Chevrolet pace car headed down pit road, and here we go. Denny Hamlin and his Chevy going to lead him down. Kenseth behind him in a Ford. Kyle Busch in another Chevy back in 3rd spot.
Well, you could hear that. It sounded like they didn't even back off through that corner on this restart, Rusty. Do they hold them wide open through there on the first lap?
Oh, they got those good tires, Andy. They're not running as fast as they are when they're wound up. They're approaching the corner probably about 150 miles an hour, so they can hold them wide open.
Here's Kenseth. He's holding this thing wide open as he went sailing by the outside of the 11 car in turns 3 and 4, and Matt Kenseth will take the lead.
This is typical Matt Kenseth style. He rides around most of the race, looks at his watch, and finally says, okay, it's time to go.
He's good at these races. Oh, spin off at turn 4.
Rumble the 20 car, 38 involved. Harvick gets through.
Off turn 2 a spin was.
See the 25 car of Casey Mears involved.
A little miss right there. I don't know if it was all the turbulent air going on there or what.
Jeff Gordon able to get through that. Jimmy Johnson was not around that mess, and that could have been disastrous when it comes to the point standings. There's a 38 of Gilliland. 6 car, David Reagan.
Well, this melee happened off of turn 2. Everybody stacking up, getting sideways. Take a look at this. Looks like the 25 car Casey Mears bumped in the back of the 88 of Ricky Rudd, shot up the track, got loose and spun, and they all started taking evasive action. Dale Jarrett.
Wow, look at the
hard impact. He's in it.
29 car Harvick able to get in the back of the 38 and get by. There's Mears involved. Reagan heavy hit for David Reagan, the rookie contender. 66 involved as well. Mayfield.
Looks like Casey Mears just came up behind the 88 car and is trying to look for a hole or a way to go, and maybe just got a little bit loose.
There's the contact. Mears and Stewart right in front of 38. Got nowhere to go. Harvick into the back of the 38. Wow, how did Kevin Harvick? He was right behind the 38 and splits Stewart and Gilliland.
Guys, that was incredible what the 29 car Kevin Harvick just did. He was in solid smoke. Let's take a look at this again.
Got one spin in front of you. Go high, go high.
Well, we already gave him the good hands move. I guess we need to give it to him again.
All right, good job. We got some thunder, I think.
We'll give him the two hands move on that one. Great effort by Kevin Harvick. Mike.
And the 29 now in. They're taking a good look at all the sheet metal all the way around that race car, seeing if there's any damage. It's hard to tell if there is any right now, but the team taking its time, just examining that car, make sure there's nothing wrong with it. Let's go to Alan.
Well, with the number of cars that were on the lead lap and where he was running, Jeff Gordon's team calling him onto pit road here. They had wanted to take a rubber out of the right rear last stop, didn't want to take the time with everybody pitting at once. But where they were, had nothing to lose by giving up a couple of spots here to bring him in, especially with all those cars that were in the spin behind him. The other thing this does is they told the fuel crew to put all the fuel in the car they can. They can go from here to the finish on one more stop, and that could bring that whole economy thing into play a little bit, Mike.
And the work continues on the 29 car, Alan. As you mentioned, they are just taking their time, making sure there's nothing wrong. They were awfully close to the collision there as he rolls down pit road right now and away. They couldn't find anything too much wrong with that. They didn't really do any repairs on the fenders or on the quarter panels. It looks pretty clean as they made their last stop.
Tony Stewart in getting some patchwork done on the back of his car. He was involved. Again, the 25 of Mears involved, Stewart involved, David Reagan, Kevin Harvick, David Gilliland, and Dale Jarrett. Those are the 6 cars involved, bringing out caution number 9 here on lap 221. Here's the contact up in the corner. Mears, Stewart, Reagan, Dale Jarrett, and Gilliland involved. Under caution, you're watching ESPN on ABC.
Welcome back to the Dickies 500. We've got a Lone Star State showdown with only 3 races to go in the chase for the Nextel Cup. The story in the FedEx race rundown. And Jeff Gordon came in as the points leader, but he isn't right now. And it's been a day of working really hard on strategy.
Yes, Susie, the initial caution he missed, and they came in afterwards and got 2 tires, but they waited, and everyone else came in and got fresh rubber, and he got behind. So the strategy did pay off because there was a caution eventually that let him get caught up.
Points leaders under pressure. And Jimmy Johnson right now, the 16-point edge. And just as we expected, it's been a battle between those 2 teammates.
Jimmy Johnson's had a really good race car all day long. They maximized their pit position strategies. They got in and out of the pits very efficiently. Jeff Gordon struggled a little bit, but I'm looking for that 24 car to come on with about 50 to go.
Inches and great driving can make the difference as Jeff Gordon just narrowly escaped a nasty wreck that brought out the 9th car.
Well, I'll tell you what, Jeff Gordon just out. He held his breath a lot longer than everyone else and drove through that. And got lucky. You got to be lucky to win a championship sometimes.
Day of truce, Doc. Drivers 391 points or more behind the leader will be mathematically eliminated following this race. Right now, 6 drivers are out.
Exactly, Susie. 6 would be out, and it would be 6 left in it to battle for the final 2 events. And how close was that for Jeff Gordon? He was right there and had just made the pass when that caution, when all the contact occurred. Remember, he and Jimmy Johnson have not had the best luck in this track, and he's never won at Texas Motor Speedway. Matt Kenseth leads them down. Kenseth driving the same car. He won with it California early in the year. Could he pick up win number 2 in 2007? Green flag waves. 110 laps to go. It's Kenseth, Hamlin, Kyle Busch, Jimmy Johnson, and Ryan Newman.
Man, look at that 17 go through that corner.
And Andy, just like you said on these restarts, they're approaching the corners about 150 miles per hour on a restart. Once they get wound up, they're approaching to about 190 miles an hour. So at 150, they can make this corner wide open.
Looks like Matt Kenseth hadn't backed off yet.
No, he hasn't. He looks great out there. No, Kenseth's been hanging out in the back, working on his car, and this is his style of racetrack. These mile-and-a-half tracks have been so good for him his whole entire career, and Texas is no different.
17 car pulling away now by 0.8 of a second over the 11 car of Denny Hamlin. Let's listen into some radio communication on the 17 car of Matt Kenseth.
Did you like my restart? That was pretty awesome. I liked that. I don't know if I could make it through there flat, but it made it. Pretty good. I think he scared at 11. He wasn't expecting this. Well, I couldn't tell whether he was going to give it to me or not. He was down, and then he came up, and he went down, and started lifting. Gave it to me there, so it was good.
What he's talking about going through their flat is going flat on the mat with the throttle and not backing off. And his car's sticking really good on these restarts. Now he's got that clean air. He's just, man, his car looks great right here.
Update on David Reagan, the impressive rookie candidate, had been treated and released from the infield care center after that hard impact. In fact, our Mike Massaro is standing with you.
That's right, Doc. Just walked out of the care center. Are you okay?
Oh, yeah, certainly. Just disappointed. Jimmy Finnegan and all the AAA team did an awesome job preparing a great Ford Fusion for me today. I think we had a top 15, top 10 car. I don't know. everyone was checking up in front of me. I checked up as soon as I could, and before I know it, I was turned around wrecking.
And Davey said he had a hard time really determining what happened, but you can see he's out of the race. Dave?
Yeah, same kind of thing over here, Mike. What did happen? And Casey Mears staying in the car right now. His crew going to work on it. They'll repair this 25 car to get it back on track and maybe pick up a couple of positions, not just for the rest of this year, but remember, this transfers over to Junior for the 88 car for next year, the points to the 25 car. Also back here, Mark Martin's car was involved. He's out of the car right now. They're trying to repair it to return to the track.
Great point, Dave. Casey Mears in 14th in the points standings, just 79 points behind Dale Earnhardt Jr. in 13th, trying to get in that 13th spot. And remember, those points will indeed benefit Dale Earnhardt Jr. in that 88 car at Hendrick next year. How about the 48 car of Jimmy Johnson? He's starting to hustle this car, going to the whip here in the final 100 laps.
Well, the sun's setting right now. This whole entire track is about to get dark, and that's where this team is always the best at. Look at those night races, Andy, at Charlotte Motor Speedway, Lowe's Motor Speedway. For that 600, the track changes, and these guys can always keep up with it.
This is that last phase I was talking about, because the entire racetrack now is shaded. There's no sun on it, and the temperature drops quite a bit, but it'll stabilize from here, and it might get a little cooler as we go, but it's made that last transition.
And these guys have been chasing these setups throughout the day. It's like you said earlier, staying ahead of it, maybe making a change that the driver doesn't want at that moment, knowing that a little later it's going to get better. He just got to deal with that through that transition, though.
Ticker at the top of your screen shows you where the drivers are running in the race. Right below it, the chase ticker shows you Jimmy Johnson now has a 16-point lead over Jeff Gordon. Clint Boyer back in third. By the way, the 5 car of Kyle Busch right now would gain 2 spots in the chase all the way up to 4th position. There is Kyle Busch. He is running 3rd on the racetrack. He is 4th in the chase, and the man chasing him on the track is the chase leader.
That car looks good. It's been looking good all day long. They've caught up with it. Man, there's a heck of a race out there between Bobby Labonte and Kurt Busch. It looks like Busch just now got around him. Busch wants to get himself in a position for the lucky dog to get it back, and he just got it back. Just as soon as he passed Bobby Labonte, the caution flies.
Greg Biffle comes across the grass in the 16 car.
Don't speed up now,
And that was a great call, Rusty, because that was a critical pass to be able to be the lucky dog and get back on to get the free pass, as Biffle brings out caution for the 10th time today.
Did you know that caution was coming out, Rusty?
No, I was glancing out the window. I'm looking at the monitor in the window, and I saw that 2 just flying on the bumper at 43. I said, what's up? And I go, oh, that's what's up. He's racing for the lucky dog. And boy, is he a lucky dog right now, that's for sure.
He gets the free pass. There's Biffle, who's none the worse for wear. Show you again what happened to Biffle here coming out of 4.
Well, looks like another case just getting so high on top of the racetrack, getting in that dirty part of the track, and he just got loose and spun that thing.
How did Jeremy Mayfield miss him in the 66 car, right almost in the door?
You know, sometimes when it's your day, Jerry, because when all that smoke's in front of you, you can't see. You just got to remember where you were before the smoke happened and not move the wheel much and hold a steady ground, and that's what Jeremy did. Did a good job getting through that.
For more information on track incidents, you can log on to ESPN.com. Search word safety. They're poised on the pit wall. This is not yet the money stop, but it's getting darn close, Andy.
One thing they need to do right here is if they're going to change their car, they need to anticipate what they need for this last run, because they don't want to make these changes on the last pit stop.
Got to be proactive. You want to be able to make everything you're going to need to have now, because that last pit stop needs to be efficient and extremely fast. Here comes Kenseth, Hamlin, Kyle Busch, Jimmy Johnson, and Truex. Leading them all on the pit road, Mike Massaro.
And Matt Kenseth and Robbie Reiser not willing to give up too much track position. The call is for a 2-tire change. They'll also make a wedge adjustment, trying to free him up in the center just a little bit. Dave?
No chassis changes for Kyle Busch, but 2 tires. He stalls it, trying to leave pit road. This will slow him down. Now he gets it fired. He is out of here. Alan.
And it'll be a right side tire only change for the 24 of Jeff Gordon. Plus, they stopped to pull a rubber from that right rear, Jamie.
And Jimmy Johnson, right sides only, just like last week. That won him the race. He wanted his car to feel a little more free. Air pressure adjustment. That's it for 48 of Jimmy Johnson.
And 2 tires only for Denny Hamlin, and he will pick up a spot. Kenseth back 1. Elliott Sadler, good pit stop for the Gillette Evernham guys. Up 5 positions. Truax back 4. Jeff Burton in 10th. Back after these messages and a word from our ABC stations. Series action here at Fort Worth, Texas, under caution for the 10th time today. Greg Biffle spinning out of turn 4 to the grass, brought out the yellow flag. Everyone on and off pit road. A break for the 2 car of Kurt Busch, who not only got back on the lead lap and got the free pass, he had some damage on the hood of the car.
He had a big hole in front of that. He's knocking it down flat.
I wonder why they didn't get a big hammer to hit it there.
Yeah, right. This bare bond material they're putting on the front of the car is very adhesive. It sticks real good, holds up at these high speeds of 200 miles per hour. And they want to fix this thing because they got 100 laps to go yet. Well, now it's 98 laps.